Before we begin our review of Lego Indiana Jones The Original Adventures, we would like to make you a promise. The next 2 minutes will not feature any Shia LaBeouf, or computer-generated gophers, or crystal skulls, or aliens. Instead, let's repress those unpleasant memories and think back to happier days, the original trilogy. LucasArts has delivered on their promise of recreating the entirety of those 3 films with adorable Lego characters. As you'd expect, the controls are very easy to pick up and play. And despite the relative ease, the quick pace and variety ensure that experienced gamers will still enjoy the ride. Like the other Lego games, you can unlock a staggering amount of characters and secrets. Heck, you can even control Short Round. Actually, I don't know if that one is a plus or a minus. You can also play through the adventures cooperatively. Perfect for those parents who are desperately trying to convince their kids that Indiana Jones is still a relevant cultural icon. Sorry, we'll stop. Truth be told, we had a great time playing through Indiana's first 3 adventures. You'd have to be pretty nitpicky to deny the franchise's magnetic appeal. In fact, our only major gripe is something the developers had little control of. The setting inherently isn't as much fun as LEGO Star Wars. Primarily, it's because those games had lightsabers and force powers. Here, you'll spend much of your time punching your way through levels and occasionally using your whip. It just isn't as fun. And sadly, you can sometimes get hung up on nagging puzzles that aren't always as clear as they should be. But we can almost guarantee you'll enjoy this if you've ever loved a movie featuring the Good Doctor. And let's face it, that's pretty much all of us. Lego Indiana Jones The Original Adventures gets 4 short rounds out of 5. If there's an ark that is lost, if there's a temple that's doomed, if there's a crusade that is last, and yes, if there's a LaBeouf that is Shia, Indiana Jones is there. Because with Lego Indiana Jones 2, the adventure continues. In the past few years, LEGO games have swarmed over the gaming landscape like ill-conceived 4th chapters in movie franchises. But there's nothing ill-conceived about LEGO games. They're always a fun romp for the youngins or the extended adolescent in all of us. It's got everything one would expect from a game such as this. The platforming, the collecting, the combat, the grunting. It's all here. Short Round is also here. It's up to you how you feel about that. Now, the first Indiana Jones Lego game may have been one of the lesser Lego-y games out there, but the sequel actually improves on it. That's right, an Indiana Jones sequel can be good. The levels are shorter with more variety this time out, giving the game a snappier pace. It's also got a level editor, but it's such a time-consuming process, you'll probably ignore this feature. There are boss battles, there are vehicles. There's that whip, now even easier to use. With that whip, you can swing like Vince Vaughn in the mid-90s. With that whip, you can tie up friends and enemies and drag them around. Some people call that love. Yeah, there's still the bad camera, and the combat is as clunky as some acting in a certain 4th film about a crystal something or other. Some naysayers out there will say this Indiana Jones follow-up is nothing but leftovers or outtakes from the first game. After all, Indy 2 has only 6 chapters, and 3 are devoted to the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. But it's still a fun game, and for that we can excuse something. Lego Indiana Jones 2, The Adventure Continues, gets 4 flying elephants out of 5.